give up. Oh no, Oh no, Will you ever fold? Will you ever give up? Oh no. Will you ever quit? No. Will you ever fold? No. Will you ever give up? No. Oh, hell no. If you hear in the moment, if you hear in the moment or on the replay, we know that your attention is the most powerful thing that you can pay. And I want to say I appreciate you because there's one thing evident. You ain't gave up. You ain't folded. You still in the fight. Welcome to the hub. We all we got. We all we need. Each one reach one. Each one teach one. If you are that one, then you are enough to get it all right when everything's going all wrong. I salute you, heroes and sheroes. Keep winning, family. You already know Izzo Smith. Jerome, you already know what time it is, Jerome. Welcome to the huddle, man. Want to give a shout out, man, to my executive producer, who more than my wardrobe coordinator, who more than hero training to me. It's my partner, man, who fight the fight day in, day out with me. And we made it through, baby. I salute you. So I say, what I'm wearing tonight? She say, you wearing that Clearwater blue in that white top. I say, what that mean? She say, we got to start fresh and be fresh. When you run that water and it's pure and it's clean, that means it's fresh. But you got to use that water to wash off and cleanse yourself. So when that water is clear and clean, that's because you ain't got in it, and it's time to make it new and do what it's supposed to do. You already know. Want to give a shout out to my homegirl, the greatest co-host in the world, Alexa. Alexa, tell me something good.
We all we got. We all we need.
Been a long time since I done the hero here. Been a long time. Cut it out because I say, well, I wanted to get straight to the message. But tonight, man, I've been in the spirit. I've been in the spirit. And we know that spirit is breath. Breathe. Breathe. How do you breathe? You inhale. You exhale. Spirit is wind. When we take it in and it filters through our body, we call that our respiratory system. When we exhale and we push that mighty wind out towards our mouth, past our vocal cords, it causes a vibration that we know is sound. When you feel that sound, just as much as you hear that sound, oh, we connected in the hero spirit. We connected in the hero spirit. So tonight's hero hymn, like I ain't done in a long time. But I got to do it tonight because I feel it. Say, if I couldn't say one word, I'll just extend my fist. If I couldn't say one word, I just raise my fist, man. And take a deep breath. Because I know you're going to feel it if it's in you like it's in you. And if you feel it now, man, It's deeper than me and you. It's how it works. Work it all you can with all you can. Tonight's word is summary. It's the last show of the year. 2024 is coming to an end. So far, we've made it. Still got a couple more days to go. But if you're in the moment, you made it a mighty long way. Alexa, what is the meaning of summary?
A summary is a shortened version of a book, article, or other text that condenses its main ideas. It can be used to provide the reader with a quick overview of the work's content or to simplify a complex text for easier understanding. Summaries can be used in a variety of settings, including academic papers, business reports, and news articles, to provide readers with a better understanding of the content.
The summary is for you. Take a moment. Summarize 2024. What are the main parts of this year that have impacted you? In a way, whether it be positive, whether it be negative. What are the summary of what you have become, what you have learned, what you have given? Give that to yourself. I just want to suggest that you try it in the mirror. Summary. How do you summarize this year? Because we've made it and we come a mighty long way. I've been reflecting, man, on the summary of this year. I've learned so much about myself. 45 years old. Had a conversation earlier today with my brother. We talked about how in terms of growth and maturity, well, you can read something one time and then 5 years later, it means the same. It means something different. How is this? Why is this? I say, well, that's growth. Well, 45 years later are doing the same thing over and over and over again. At 45 years old, I realized that I learned something new in my summary that I ain't never ever understood before. Powerful. So, shout out to my brother Tate, my brother Kamal. Welcome to the huddle, man. Every person that click in add value, man. Share this, put this out there. Bring the spirit in. Gonna summarize this thing. It's Christmas, man. And a special, powerful Christmas to me. It's the 45th Christmas I've experienced. Out of 45 Christmases that I've experienced, I would say about 39 to 40 to 39. I would say when I was about 5 or 4 years old, I can really say that I remember how it impacted me as a child. But at 45, I wanted to really understand some certain things that I don't think I've understood. Talked about it last week, what this thing really means. Cut the drag, cut the bull jive. It ain't never been no religious thing to us. It's a cultural thing more than it has ever been a God thing, the way we celebrate. We celebrated each other. I talked about last week how my parents, your parents, if they were born before 1963, at some point in their childhood, before integration, while still in segregation. We didn't have certain values on material things, so the things we value were of the soul and of the spirit. So our culture embraced Christmas and these holidays from a perspective where we came together and loved on one another. It wasn't so much what we could buy, but what we could give to each other for a moment, for a day. So this year, man, searching to understand what that is. Because my children ain't babies no more. So now it's time to really develop them to understand. Just levels and orders to this. Because just as much as I had to learn, it's my responsibility to pass this down. Not by words, but by actions. So this Christmas, man, I took it back to the roots. Me and my wife, man, I wanted to be around every family setting that I could. I just wanted to be around family and love and laugh. I went to my Forte side of the family reunion. If you saw it on Facebook, you see my Aunt Kim. She posts videos, and when we were together, and she have Christmas games, family games. And she been doing this for years, but it'd be so much fun. You watch every generation embracing these fun games of laughter and love, where in the moment, nobody cares about the stripes, the whatever's going on. We all love and laugh in the moment. I told you a moment is only 90 seconds, and we live one moment at a time. So if we could just come together and give each other a moment of love and laughter, oh, that's so powerful. And I'm honored and thankful to have been a part of it. But she posted on Facebook. And yesterday on Christmas, I saw all down my timeline, families playing holiday games and family games. I called her this morning. I said, Kim, I just want to give you some love and give you some power to say that your influence, I want to say, made a difference in so many families on Christmas, because I saw so many families playing fun games. And I just want to thank that you inspired that with posting all your family fun games. So I'm learning as I'm going. We all going through the same thing, working to survive and to maintain. I'm using me as an example. But if you get the point in what I'm saying, it don't matter what level you on. If you can buy your kids everything, or you can barely buy them something, the point is, will they appreciate it and understand it? Because if you ain't got that, then all that other shit don't matter. More so what you can or what you can't. So yesterday I woke up and we had a beautiful morning. It's a part of my family tradition that we on my side, we go down my mama's side, my mama and daddy's house, and we cook brunch, we cook breakfast, and everybody come, and everybody welcome. And we cook and we love and we laugh. But yesterday morning was powerful, man. And it brought me to my summary. I was cooking in the spirit, feeling good. And my little cousin Mario walked in. He's the son of my little cousin Deasia. And Mario about 3 or 4. I want to say more so 3 and 4. But I know he ain't 5. So little Mario walked in and he was the youngest person in the house. And he had a Sonic in his hand. Lord, I'm asking you to send me and show me a way. You seek, ye shall find. But we suffer because we look for love in all the wrong places. We all we got, we all we need. I need a sign, a way. 4-year-old Demario walk in the door, smiling with a Sonic in his hand. I had never been around Lamario. I saw Lamario on Facebook. I got so much love for his mama. But I had never got a chance to be around Demario and hear Demario walking in on his 4th Christmas morning, sharing it with me. It's the youngest baby I've encountered on Christmas. My children ain't babies no more. So I say, what's up, Mario, man? It's good to meet you. He got shot and went hid behind the wall. And they said, Dad, you scaring him. I said, you don't know me? He said, no. I said, I'm your cousin. He was still acting shy. I was so happy I got to meet little Mario. So I told my daughter and my son, they looking at me laughing. I said, he just got to get to know me. Me and Mario finna have a good time. So Mario was looking. I said, Mario, what did the cat say to the dog? He said, what? I said, hamburger. He started laughing. I said, Mario, I told you I can make you laugh. And little Mario started laughing. Then little Mario asked me, what did the chair say to the floor? I said, what? He said what he said, and I started laughing. Me and little Mario got to introducing ourselves to each other through laughter. So I asked little Mario, I said, little Mario, what you get for Christmas? He said, it's Sonic. I said, good God Almighty. He lit up. He didn't care about nothing else he got. He had his Sonic in his hand, carrying it with him. He was so proud. And in that moment, that summarized it all. It summarized it all. What this is all about. Ain't nobody above the bullshit, but the bullshit will make you better if you real enough to deal with it. This is the last holiday of 2024 and every year Christmas. We in a time where nothing has essence. Everything is of the physical and the material. We in a time where being a good father ain't about principles. Being a good father ain't about integrity. Being a good father ain't about commitment. Being a good father is how much you can financially provide. He can love his children. But if he can't support them financially to a standard placed upon him, regardless of what his conditions may be, got a conversation if he's a good father or not. So in these here times, man, these holidays be real on every folk on every level. We make real sacrifices. Some do, some don't. But we make real decisions on what we buy to close this year out. And this year been like every other year. Real conversations and real decisions. Some real anxiety. Some real frustrations. And we let all this gather up every year. For me, 45. 15 as a parent. When I talked to Lil Mario, it made me realize that all of that leads up to this day, leads up to this morning, leads up to all of this that we're working towards to happens in a moment. And it's over. You got to be able to have a real summary to understand if it was worth it. And if it wasn't worth it, then you got to ask yourself some real questions to why. Because obviously you didn't understand what matters to who matters. And even if that applies to you, you got to know what matters and who matters to you. But Mario gave me that moment, a 4-year-old. And we got to playing them games. And even though I personally didn't even know Mario was going to be there, that's why I say I'm sharing Christmas with Mario. Christmas is about the children. This ain't about me. I'm sharing Christmas with the Mario and my children and my family and my nieces and my nephews and my brothers and my sisters, my mama, my daddy, my cousins. I say, hey, Mario. He was in the other room. I said, who is my favorite boy cousin? Me? So everybody in the house knows. I met my cousin and I love him and he loved me. That's what the Spirit is about. That's what it's about. If you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. Only a divine path will bring you here. We all work for things. We all work towards things. Do you understand and value the moment when you arrive, or do you ever arrive? You know, one thing about holidays, regardless of what holiday it is. Alexa, what is the meaning of holiday?
As a noun, holiday is usually defined as a day fixed by law or custom on which ordinary business is suspended in commemoration of some event or in honor of some person. As an adjective, holiday is usually defined as of or relating to a festival, festive, joyous. As a verb, holiday is usually defined as to vacation. For more, ask me to give you more definitions for holiday.
So the point of this is, in this here culture, American culture, no matter what you believe or don't, no matter what you know or don't, there's holidays in our society where all the stores close, businesses shut down. They put a pause to the cause. This has nothing to do with how you feel, what you believe, or what you know. We come together and we love one another and we love each other. And in summary, understand this. A family is a man, a woman, and their children. A man, a woman, and their children. Our sense of family comes from a matriarch generation where a man and a woman had 8 to 12 children. Hence, big families. My generation's grandparents, the grandparents of ours. Family reunion became a product of them and their children. 8 children that had children. It became a big gathering. So we all came together as children. But grandmama and them gone. So you talking about hero mathematics. Add, subtraction, plus, and division. Grandmama and them gone. Just like she had brothers and sisters who had 8 and 9 siblings. But their family reunion was theirs. Y'all's was y'all's. Sometimes they came together and you had a big old conglomerate. But in most cases, it was one man, one woman, and their children. The game don't change, the players do. Grandmama and them gone. Women ain't having 5 and 6 and 8 and 9 children no more. So the illusion of family ain't there no more. But grandmama and them gone. You the grandmama now. You the granddaddy now. What kind of game you putting down in your children of tradition? And see, some people ain't got a family. And this ain't good or bad, or this ain't right or wrong. Some people don't have a family. See, we devalue family structure. A man, a woman, and their children. So when you don't have a family, you still are a part of a family. So therefore, there's always love to those family members who can come and be a part. But we got to be real about what it is and what it ain't to truly understand our position, to make it real today for our generation. See, DeMario, great-grandmama, is my mama's sister. My Aunt Pearl, her daughter Dana, who passed on, who was DeAsia's mama. That's a sister coming to get love at a sister's house to become one. So that's how it works. I learned that through a 4-year-old this summer of what this is all about. But guess what? And they say, Lord willing, Lord willing. I get to go back at it 46 times. You get to go back at it one more, Lord willing, 12 months from now. Take your summary of what you understood and stand on that going back into the next cycle. When you can stand in that, you can say, if I knew then what I know now. And if you didn't have a moment this past Christmas, this ain't about good or bad, this ain't about right or wrong. I empathize, man. There's so many people, I'm talking about good people, that don't have solid relationships when holidays come around to truly go throw their anchor down and just be loved on and give love in the moment with no expectations. But you still in the game of that's you. You still going through another cycle. You still got the power right now in your summary to say, I'm going to make a phone call. I'm going to climb up on the cross. You know what I mean by climb up on the cross? Meaning you're going to let your ego die so your people might live. Meaning, yeah, I understand how you feel. No, you ain't wrong. Yeah, I know you ain't got to take this shit. But you're suffering a whole lot when ain't nobody looking. Because the soul can't keep no secret that behavior won't reveal. And even though we don't know what, we know something is wrong. So you still got time, man, to summarize this thing. It ain't over till it's over. Let that ego die so some people can live. Because it might be a third little cousin that's 4 years old. That's over there around the family that ain't saw you in a long time. They got a special delivery for your soul and your spirit. The DeMario opened up a gift where he gave some Sonic Hedgehog pajamas. And he was saying, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I said, what he got? Boy, he saw them Sonic pajamas and he damn near went crazy. I said, that's what it's about. If you can't decipher what that is, based off whatever bullshit clouding your mind, man, come. One more thing that impacted me this week on my Sunday. I watched that movie, Triple H6, I think I'm saying, the Army movie, the Tyler Perry movie. About the ladies during World War II, 1945. The segregation was in the Army, and they went through training. It was at the time of the war. We was over there in Germany. They got sent over there. They had to handle the mail. And I'm just listening at the story. But as I'm listening at the story really pulling on me. Because it got me thinking about my granddaddy, Frank Perry, who was born in 1920. And in 1945, he was in World War II in the Army in Germany. And I sat with my granddaddy on many days with him telling me Army stories and war stories. And I'm talking about funny stories that was making me laugh and teach me something powerful at the same time. So as I'm watching this movie from an entertainment perspective, it's putting me in the spirit of my granddaddy because I really heard these stories to empathize what this really like from the other side. My granddad told me he was a cook. And one of his best stories that he would always tell, he said he was a boxer when he was in the Army. And he said, you know, when they was over there at war, when they got off post and everything, you know, they had a little boxing league and they were boxing, training to box. And I said, yeah, granddad, was you good? And he looked at me and laughed. He said, you know, and my granddad was a little old fella. He said, well, I thought I was good. I really was good at hitting the bag and moving because, you know, I was short and low to the ground. And he would always give me pointers about boxing. He said, if you ever get in a fight, always remember, Trav, plant your big toe first. Everything in you starts from your big toe. And I remember him telling me this when I was a little boy. And it took me that's something my granddad told me. So Every time I always wrestled or did punched, I always heard my granddaddy voice say, you got to plant your big toe on your pivot foot. So I always plant my big toe and I go. You understand what I'm saying? But the powerful part about that was he always told his story seriously till it got up to the one fight. And he said, that boy like to kill him. He said he hit me so hard, I ain't know where the hell I was. And that was the end of my boxing career. I said, man, Granddad, I thought you was finna tell me you was the champion. But he talked about times that were trying. And he made a positive story out of it. So when I'm looking at this here movie, I'm visualizing my granddaddy, who's on the other side over there. I already know they over there practicing boxing. I already know when he came home from the war, like so many people in this movie did. He came home from the war. He was a brick mason in a league. Born in 1902. Fought a good fight. Went through heartbreak. Got me thinking about my granddad. Split up with his wife. Still remained granddaddy with dignity, honor, respect. I look back on it now. I remember now looking at it from my perspective now. Look at how strong he had to have been. To let his ego die by some of the things I know he experienced in him and my grandmama relationship. But when I summarize it, and all this, that's what brought me to this world. My granddaddy was by his wife's side the moment she died. And then all the powerful things my granddaddy told me and taught me, this movie made me reflect on his life and come up with a summary. Very short, brief description, a synopsis of his story. He's a powerful man that loved his family and his children. He took whatever life gave him, man. He prevailed with dignity and honor. To go down as one of the greatest men of Charlotte, Mecklenburg history. One of the pioneer builders. True foundation of grill time. So I said all that to say this in summary. I'm 45 at this time. I'm 45 at this time. I got a 15-year-old and a 14-year-old. That's a major part in my story. There ain't nobody gonna be able to tell it like his. They say, what story you telling? They gonna say his story. They gonna say, who was that? They gonna say my dad. How would they summarize it? How will you summarize it your own self? 2024 in the books. Man, I got humbled, man. I got humbled by a lot of shit in 2024. 2024 taught me some lessons, crossed my head. I went through some things in 2024 that I don't know if I could could have held on if I went through this back in 2000. I'm for real, man. I think I would have broke 4 years ago. But it's good to think that because I didn't break now. And I want to think that I've grown from 4 years to now. That enabled me to stand, never fold, never give up. Making a way out of no way. Practicing what I preach and being what I teach. We all we got. We all we need. Humbling myself to work on my ego, to work on my pride, to work on the things that can stop me and any other man from telling a brother or his wife or somebody that love him, I need you. And not feeling like that's weak. But know that that's powerful. And having people there when you need them is a result of something real. So I learned that in my summer. So thankful. To say we all we got, we all we need. I'm sure some people that needed this. But I can't think about that. All I got to know is I got to give what's in me. Kind of like the flower of life. Y'all know the flower of life. All the circles within circles. Every time you come in contact with another circle, you can't know how much you impact. But if you know you real and your intentions is pure, then they got to push it forward. Whatever it is. We're going into a new year. We made it. Pat yourself on the back. Some might say I barely made it. But if you right now in the moment on the replay, Christmas was yesterday. It's gone. It's gone. I played tailback 1 year in high school. I averaged 21 carries a game. But I remember one game I ran the ball 30 times in one game. 30 times. I cramped up all game. I cramped up that night when I got home. I ran the ball 30 times in one game. I'm saying this to say, can't dwell on the last play. They finna hand you that damn ball again. What you gonna do? Christmas was yesterday. Christmas was yesterday. You got 364 more to go before you get back at it. Summarize what you learned from yesterday, whether it be good or bad, right or wrong, whatever. That ain't what it's about. It's about you got to get the point of it. You got to understand what made you grow, what you experienced, what brought you to it, what brought you through it. Grow on it. Let's do it again. Line up. Line up. Last time we ain't talked, I ain't had shit to say. But I really miss talking to you. We ain't tripped out in a long time. Line up and say what's up then. Understand who your enemy is and who your enemy ain't. That's real. Understand who your enemy is and who your enemy ain't. Just because I'm mad at you, and just because we have a misunderstanding, just because we had a disagreement, and neither one of us are mature enough to have a conversation to work this shit out. I swear I don't want to hurt you though. I swear I ain't the enemy. And I know you feel the same, and I know you ain't mine. But both of us ain't mature enough to really just sit down and share our feelings and talk to one another. Put that in your summary and line up. Get ready to run a new play on a new day in a new year. If you don't agree with that, then what's the alternative? A lot of people said they wasn't celebrating Christmas because they ain't have nowhere to go and nowhere to be. And didn't feel like nobody was looking forward to see. So fuck Christmas. That's what a lot of people thought. And that's all good too. But line up. It's a new day and a new play. Summarize this thing, man. I have grown into a better me. I'm growing, baby. I'm better than who I used to be. Want to give a shout out, man, to everybody that played me some attention this year. Want to give a shout out, man, to all my family. Want to give a shout out to all my friends. Want to give a shout out to my wife. Real talk, baby. It's real talk, baby. Real talk, baby. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I want to give a shout out, man. My brother Munt. I love you, little brother. Give a shout out to my sister Elle, my sister Sharon. I love y'all. Give a shout out to my mom and my daddy. I love y'all. Give a shout out to my mother-in-law, Miss Gray. My brother-in-law, Bunky. Wife, Mercedes, son, Tyreek. Give a shout out to my brother-in-law, Junior. Give a shout out to my nephew, Anari. My niece and nephew, Brooklyn, and RJ. In summary, man, want to give a shout out, man. That's how it work, man. When the credits roll, your name will be bold. New Year's next week. When the credits roll on 2024, who name will be bold, man? Who impacted you? Jerome. When the credits roll on 2024, man, your name will be bold, man. You impacted me a lot, Jerome. You taught me a lot this year, Jerome. I appreciate that, brother. I'm talking real life. I ain't talking make believe. Give a shout out to Miss Gwen. Miss Gwen, I love you. You taught me a lot this year. Give a shout out to my big brother Crump, my big brother Wood, my brother Black, my brother Bam, my brother E. My brother Chris. All my brothers on the trucking line. It's real life, man. I'm gonna get out of here, man. I feel y'all, man. But in summary, man, summarize that thing, man. Give a shout out to my big brother Winston. Give a shout out to my big brother Trey. Show me some love if you're on here. Well, I feel so good, I don't even want to go, man. Let me see, I don't want to miss nobody. I don't want to miss nobody. Yeah. Yeah. Hold on. I don't want to miss nobody. Yeah. If I couldn't say one word, I'll just wave my hands. You've been good to me. You held me out of danger when danger surround me. If I couldn't say one word. And let me say this to close the year out too. I don't want to go. But let me say this to close the year out. I say what I say, man, for real. I say stand in that mirror and summarize. I don't say that lightly. I don't say that egotistic. I'm saying that from my soul. Stand in that mirror. Look your own self in your own eyes. And ask yourself some powerful shit. Something happens. Something happens. That something ain't got nothing to do with me. But something happens. And I say that to say, from my soul, I ain't telling you to go read shit, research. All I'm telling you to do is look in them eyes and pay attention. When you leave out that mirror, you pay attention because your attention is the most powerful thing you can pay. It'll start showing you everything you divine and need to know. That's where it starts. And I don't want to say it all fly and make it sound like. So that's what I can tell you from my soul. And I ain't hero training to say I got the answers. I got to train. I got to wake up every day, man. And keep my head on the swivel and ready to plant my big toe at any moment. But we winning right now. And I'm so thankful. And if I had to say I want anything, I want you to win too. I love you. Hold me down.